Barbara.
And I'm Kerry. We're out at the GM Proving Grounds in Milford, Michigan today so that we can give you a real good look at how ABS, or anti-lock brakes, work.
And how to use them in an emergency.
Now, you may be thinking, what's the big deal? A brake pedal's a brake pedal. I know, that's what I thought.
Oh, really? Well, Kerry now understands, and you should too, that conventional and ABS brakes are not the same. And the difference is kind of important.
That's right. It has to do with how you use ABS in an emergency or anytime you have to brake hard.
Now, you may also be thinking, hey, I don't have ABS on my car. Think I'll tune these two out.
Not a good idea.
Because in a few years, almost all the cars and trucks they make will have ABS.
Sooner or later, we'll all have them. So we all need to know what they do and what they don't do. That's why we invited some driver's ed students out here to GM's Proving Ground to learn about ABS brakes and show you what they're all about.
What you're going to be experiencing today is two of our braking courses. One course is a wetted genite surface, which is, when wet, as slippery as ice. And the other course is a controlled braking course, which is dry pavement that's coned off. You'll have the opportunity to drive each one of these courses without ABS and then with ABS. First, you'll be braking with two wheels off the wet genite. Then you'll be braking with all four wheels on the genite. And finally, you'll be doing a controlled braking on dry pavement. Now remember that under normal braking conditions, ABS brakes don't operate differently or stop you any quicker than conventional brakes. But today, we'll be doing just emergency braking so you can experience the ABS difference.
Well, Dad, that's enough standing around.
Yeah, I think it's time to take them for a ride.
Level off, nice and straight. You ready? Brake hard. Real hard. Right.
Wow, the control is hot. Wow. Wow, I like that.
A full emergency stop with your wheels on two different surfaces like wet and dry pavement, you could be in big trouble. But you saw how ABS helped handle it, and that's what ABS is all about. You stay in control of your car. And remember, out here on the test track, if you lose it in spin, it's kind of like a good amusement ride. But lose it in traffic, and it could be say hello to your local emergency room, or worse.
Now, we told you earlier that conventional and ABS brakes are not the same, and we just saw how true that is. But when it's not an emergency, I mean for regular driving, you always brake the same. In driver's ed, you learn threshold braking, and that's what you always do with conventional and ABS. Heel on the floor and squeeze the brake firmly with your foot. Simple as that.
That's regular braking. But in emergencies or in snow and rain, with ABS, it's different. You know how with conventional brakes, they tell you to squeeze and release to keep them from locking? Well, with ABS, the system does that for you faster than anyone can. You just keep steady pressure on the brake pedal and let ABS work for you. ABS also does something you can't do at all. The ABS computer monitors the brakes independently at all four wheels and responds to the road conditions, releasing and applying the brake to keep each wheel from locking. The problem is, if you let up on an ABS brake, you take ABS out of the picture and you'll lose the ABS advantage. So here's what you do with ABS. If you have to stop fast, just hit that brake pedal and don't let up. Just stay on the brake. Trust me, it makes a big difference.
Brake. Turn the steering wheel as far as we go. You can't move it. Back once more. Now let it come to a stop. Don't take your foot off. See what happens when you release it?
Yeah. No control. It's looking on ice.
Brake.
Still, yeah, it's better. It's a major difference between the two.
You know, we saw earlier how ABS can help you stay in control of your car. Now we've seen what you can do with that control. You can steer while you're braking, even if you have to hit the brakes like there's no tomorrow.
But be prepared for this. When you hit ABS brakes hard and the ABS system activates, well, the brake pedal might feel different.
It felt like a pumping sensation. It felt harder to push, like there was a little bit of pressure behind it.
Yeah, it was like a pumping vibration, felt like.
Okay, so it feels different. But so what? If you gotta brake hard with ABS, all you gotta think about is this. Just keep your foot on that brake and steer if you need to. Just brake and steer.
Let's get a better idea how braking and steering with ABS might actually save the day in a real emergency.
I don't think I was supposed to hit all the cones. Well, that was good. I didn't hit any cones down. I'm excited.
Isn't that great? Believe me, we've driven this demo, and you're coming down through here at 50 miles an hour.
And you think, no way, those cones are history. But you brake and steer, and it works. You make it through, and the cones live.
Okay, there's still one more thing that we need to talk about. Now you know how to brake with an ABS car, but how do you know when you're driving a car that has ABS? Carrie knows, don't you?
Why, yes, Deborah, I do. It's easy. A lot of cars or trucks will have ABS emblems on the body, the wheel covers, or the brake pedal. But the easiest way to tell is when you turn on the ignition, look for the ABS indicator lighting up briefly on the dash. Every ABS vehicle has one, and when you see it, you'll know that ABS is there to help.
I feel really safe. I'd want to invest in getting ABS. I think ABS is a great system. Whoever made it up was very smart because you have so much more control of your car with it.
You never know, like, when something's going to jump out in front of you and really need your brakes. So I think every car should get it. And I wish I had it in my car.
That's a good note to close on. But before we do, a couple of important reminders.
First, you may be able to practice an ABS stop and get the feel of the brake pedal in your driver's ed class. But if you can't try it there, make sure you're in a safe area at a safe time before you do.
And you really only need to try it once to know what happens.
Second thing, anti-lock brakes can't change the laws of physics, so you need to keep a safe distance from the car in front. On most road surfaces, you can stop at a shorter distance, but they don't let you stop on a dime.
And they don't do much for you if you're not driving carefully.
Yeah, smart drivers live longer.
So be cool, be careful, and wear your seatbelt.
See ya. Oh, you think I'll let us keep this car?
Oh, man, you've been out in this fresh air too long.
Yeah, no, it is my color.
Your color? I don't know about that.
Oh, yes.
I think maybe you better let me drive.
You? You drove last time.